Okay? So, the same thing like Yah said in Micah chapter 7 verse 15, it's going to be like according to the coming out of Egypt. So you go back into the book of Exodus, you read about that whole situation surrounding when Yah brought Israel out of Egypt and the plagues he put on Egypt. Well, he's putting those plagues on the whole earth now because Israel is in all the nations of the earth. Okay? Now, with that, what happened? You follow what I'm saying? Back there in that situation with Amenophis II, the Pharaoh of Egypt. When Moses and Aaron went in there and told him, thus saith Yah, okay? Let my people go, for Israel is my son, even my firstborn. Chapter 4, Exodus, verse 22. Amenophis II, he didn't hear it, he wouldn't listen. Because Yah said he was going to harden his heart. That's why he couldn't let him go until Yah multiplied all these plagues. That was the whole purpose of that. You can go back there and read it. So that Yah could multiply all these plagues upon the Egyptians, like he's doing now around the world, multiplying these plagues on the people of the world, the nations of the world, where the children of Israel have been scattered into. Okay? Because what Yah is saying, let my people go. That's why just here, a few days ago, we had whirlwinds again here in America that hit Oklahoma. Okay? Just popped up out of tornado season. Hit Oklahoma, just like it did a year ago. Like I said on previous shows, these whirlwinds are going to be continual. They're not going to stop. You're going to have periods where there's not going to be anything happening, then all of a sudden, bam, hurricanes, high winds, tornadoes, just like you had the fires in Australia. I know many of you in the world heard about these fires. Just popped up, burn up a bunch of people, a lot of people, 200-300 people burn up a bunch of houses. Okay, and they were propelled by the winds. And this is Yah, okay, bringing his plagues on the nations of the earth. And these plagues are going to intensify. Well, the descendants of Esau, they know this. You see what I'm saying? So what did Amenophis II do to Israel when Moses and Aaron came in there? He said, you got too much time on your hands. You're sitting around scheming on me. You understand? Talking about let you go. I'm not letting you go. Now, because you've done this thing, make brick without straw. We're not going to supply you with the straw like we've been, and the tally must not diminish. So, how is that relevant to today? This is what Esau is saying. Since you know who you are, you know who we are, you know who Yah is, you're bringing out all this knowledge, this information from this book that's been sealed, okay, for over 2,000 years. Now the seal is off. Okay? Like it says in Daniel chapter 12. The angel told Daniel, go thy way, Daniel, for the book is sealed till the time of the end. Where we're at the time of the end. The end being what? The end being what we show you here that comes out of Daniel chapter 2. Okay? The end is here. This is where the world is. Down here in these feet and toes. Part iron, part clay. And the stone cut out of the mountain without hands, that's Yah our righteousness that you see behind me, that you see here. Okay? That's why I said it's for Yah our righteousness, Jerusalem, and the holy seed. That's what this is about. And Yah has brought this knowledge out and inseminated into the servant that he told the world he would raise up. Okay? This anointed, this Messiah. Okay? That's why these words, this knowledge, this truth, that has been inseminated into the seed of David. Okay? And now this stone is hitting the image with this truth because he has made the words of, he has made our mouth like a sharp threshing instrument having teeth. And this is chapter 41 Isaiah. Okay? Now, because of this, the Illuminati Edomite, he knows this. So what is he saying? Make brick without straw. Make brick without straw. In other words, I'm not going to supply you with any jobs at all to help you destroy me. That's what he's saying. Just like Amenophis II said, make brick without straw and the tally must not diminish. So the descendants of Esau are saying, pay your rent, pay your mortgage, pay your light bill, pay your gas bill, but I'm not going to give you a job, okay, to do it with, while you are in pursuit of revealing who I am, what I have done in this world. Now, again, like we said on previous shows, America has been the Frankenstein monster, the creation of these Illuminati, international bankers, cabal, and the monarchies, the British monarchy specifically. But some of the other monarchies are definitely complicit in this, European monarchies, okay? Just like this playwright here, Harold Pinter. He just died last year, in December, okay? Very well-known playwright. He got the Nobel Peace Prize, the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005, Harold Pinter. And when he received this Nobel Prize for Literature, he didn't go there, but he did an interview. And just a little section from his interview, okay, it says, awarded the Nobel Prize for Literature in 2005, Mr. Pinter was too ill to travel to Stockholm to accept the prize, but he used the occasion to film a scathing attack on U.S. foreign policy. Quote, the crimes of the United States have been systematic, constant, vicious, remorseless, but very few people have actually talked about them, said the frail playwright who delivered his lecture while seated in a wheelchair with a blanket over his knees. He castigated the U.S. for supporting every right-wing military dictatorship in the world after the Second World War and ridiculed America for their self-love, quote unquote, or in other words, their pride and arrogance, okay? And that's Mr. Pinter, okay? Again, America's known, okay? The covers have been pulled off America. If you read this 47th chapter of Isaiah, that's what it's talking about. Y'all saying how he's going to reveal America to the world. He's going to pull off all of these lies and deceptions and the spin that America has put out about itself over the years, still churning out, okay? But you can't do it now. Not if people are really looking at America in truth, for what it really is and what it has done and what it still does, okay? Just like now they're sending drones, dropping bombs. Since Barack Obama's been president, this is going on right now, okay? This is February 16th, 2009. They're dropping bombs from drones in Pakistan. Now, Pakistan's supposed to be an American ally, but they're dropping bombs over there, and the Pakistani government is highly incensed because they say this is an invasion of their sovereignty. Okay? Now, that's what's going on. Now, in the previous shows, I mentioned about, one day I told you about the article about how the American army is in Afghanistan, walking through a field of poppies. This is that article, okay? It says the American army ignoring poppies to keep peace. Okay, now you got to remember this is a spin on this, but again, at the same time, it says they're going to charge the Taliban, okay, with encouraging poppy growth. But if people been keeping up with this situation over the last 8-9 years, you know, since Karzai, who used to work for Unocal, okay, major oil producer, when he was installed, when the U.S. Army went into Afghanistan, ran the Taliban out of authority, okay, and the Taliban is still fighting now in a guerrilla war. When they ran them out, they installed Karzai, okay. Now, if anybody's been keeping up with this, you know that when the Taliban was in power in Afghanistan, they stopped the farmers in Afghanistan from growing poppies. Now that's a fact. There's been different news documentaries about this and news articles. Okay, here in Chicago, and I know in various other places. I know it's, you know, New York Times or whatever. They curtailed the growing of poppies in Afghanistan. That's the Taliban. And when they ran them up out of the government and instituted Karzai, that same year, latter part of that year in November, they had the biggest poppy crop, okay, that they had in years.